ESM. Check.
Everywhere we go, for this on your state, yo. Now Omituntun 2.0. Everywhere we go, for this on your state, yo. Now Seyi them they talk, Makinde stand like Polo. Seyi, I to Seyi.
We have 5 major zones. We have Ibadan, Oyo, Ogbomoso, Okeogun, and Ibarapa. If we have to, make a shift from what we're used to, we want people to be able to create something wherever they are based in Oyo State. And the only way you can achieve that is to develop the infrastructure to connect the zones together. And I believe we've done very well in that aspect. Not quite long after we came in, precisely November 2019, we awarded the Mania Ishenyi road, 65 kilometers, because we reckoned then that Okeogun, that is the food basket of the state, has to be linked, with Ibadan. That is a major consumption center and also a gateway, to the market in Lagos. So we were able to construct that in a record time, and that road now is solid. We also looked at connecting Oyo to Iseyin, because that road is a federal road. It took us some time to get the approval of the federal government, but eventually we got the approval, and the road is ongoing right now between Oyo to Iseyin, which is also one zone of the state, Oyo, to another zone of the state, Iseyin. Next major infrastructure that we looked at is the Ogbomoso to Iseyin road. It's a brand new road, 78 kilometers, which again is to connect one zone of the state, Ogbomoso, to another zone, Iseyin in Okeogun axis of the state. So that road is also ongoing. All the hydraulic structures have been completed. The bridges, the culverts, they are all done. So now it's just the hard work and the physical laying of the asphalt. So that is also going on very well. Also around the Okeogun axis still, we are awarded, and the road is ongoing to link Shaki to Igbo through Ogboro. That road is also ongoing. And on the Ibarapa axis of the state, we've done limited rehabilitation between Igana to Igaga and then to Igbora. The Erua to Ibadan road, I know it's been a big issue. What happened on that road was a certain amount of money was released by the previous administration, and we approached the contractor that was handling the road project, and they promised us that they were going to bring that money back and use it to fix the road. But unfortunately, upon the death of the former governor, who was instrumental to putting this agreement together, the people they reneged and then folded up their company and they left Oyo State. Fine, but that is the company. The individuals behind that company, we are going after them to ensure that we take back the Oyo State money with them. But again, the road still has to be fixed. With that, all the zones in Oyo State are now connected. And the major reason why we're doing this is to stem rural-urban migration. We commissioned the Sorbitol factory, a private sector initiative at Agribusiness. So a lot of people with this network of roads, they are able to stay where they are, come and do business in Ibadan, and then go back. Iseyin to Ibadan used to be 3 hours when we came in. And some people even said that it is not even the amount of time spent that was the major headache. That if you live in Seyi and you're not sick, by the time you pass through that road and you get to Ibadan, you will become sick. But now they said they doze on the road. Every time they get on the road, they just they doze off. So we've done really well also in stemming rural-urban migration. We've succeeded in integrating all the zones of the state, and we didn't also stop at that. Ibadan, for instance, we know that a major gateway to Ibadan is the airport, and if we want that airport to have impact on our economy, aircraft must be taking off and landing at least every 30 minutes. We had to do everything possible, to stimulate that at the airport. So one of the major impediments where aircraft don't carry enough passengers to here and why they cannot sleep overnight was the absence of aviation fuel storage and dispensing facility. That we have completed at the airport, and also the access to the airport itself. So the airport access has been dualized from Iwo Road all the way to Agribusiness. We're also fixing from gates through Old Ife Road, to the airport and to Agribusiness. We're also fixing, and for people who may be coming from Osun State, let's say from Ikire to Gbogan, even Ife and Osogbo, we have created a new road, from Ajia to the new airport is 21 kilometers, and then we took a spur to Amuloko. The reason for that spur is we're also trying to attract people from Ogun State, from Ijebu axis, Ijebu Ode, Ijebu Igbo, even Shagamu, to be able to use our airport, because they all know what they're going through, going out to fly through Lagos. So we're stimulating our economy by carrying out improvements to our airport. Most of those projects are at advanced stages of completion, and they should be commissioned soon. And let me also go to the much criticized bus terminals. The concept is Ibadan, the major city in Oyo State and the seat of government, grew out of being a nodal city. People are passing through here, some not even needing to do anything but just pass through. But we want them to spend some of their money in Oyo State. So we have to organize our transportation sector, and that is why those bus terminals are coming up. So people coming through, if they like, they can watch cinemas, they can buy things. If you go to Amsterdam, for instance, the bag they will give to you is see, buy and fly. For us, we want people to come in here, see things, buy things, and they can be on their way. Or they may even decide to stay. And also, we realize that the amount of money you have in your economy will determine, how that money is able to circulate and impact your economy. So for us, when we came out the very first day when I was sworn in, I said, look, there'll be a GSM date to pay salaries, and that's 25th of every month. People snared at us, and they thought, no, it's not going to happen. When it started happening, they said, well, it cannot be sustained. Maybe after 1 year, that will be it. Well, it got past 1 year, they said, okay, 2 years, it went past 2 years, 3 years, it went past 3 years, and then we're still pushing on. Today, in terms of fact and figures, what that does is it brings into Oyo State economy about 11-12 billion naira every 4 weeks. because the local government workers receive about 5 billion naira in salary, and also the state about 7 billions and some fraction. So if you add that together, that's 12 billion naira into Oyo State economy every 4 weeks. That we've done for our people, and we're glad that that money is circulating. We've seen stability in the economy of Oyo State, to the extent that Oyo State is at least now amongst the first 3 or 4 economies in Nigeria. And finally, we went about the Light Up Oyo State. Light Up Oyo State, first they've criticized it. They said, oh, we're using generators to power them. Well, let me just address that quickly. I am an engineer, not just an engineer, an electrical engineer. If you want to order for gas engines, the delivery lead time is close to 18 to 24 months. They are not like diesel generators that you can order today and pick on the street. So if you had COVID, we planned this thing. By the end of 2019, we were ready to go place the orders for gas engines, but COVID hit. It was going to take us till the end of this administration before we even take delivery of those generators. But we're putting in the infrastructure, the poles, the cables, the fittings, and after doing that, we felt, so what should we do? Wait for almost 3 years to have them powered? We said no. So we decided to temporarily put in diesel generators, because they are, we can pick them immediately, and the Oyo State people can start enjoying the benefits, of what we spent on that infrastructure. And also, it's a no-brainer if we're saying that, look, we want a competitive economy, and we shut down after 8 hours. And we want to compete with economies that are running 24/7. I mean, it's just not possible. So we decided to temporarily put those things in to achieve 2 ends. First, extend the hours that our economy remains open, and also take care of the security aspect, of that light up. So all of that put together has resulted in increased IGR for Oyo State. When we came in, IGR that we met was about 1.5 billion monthly. Now we've gotten to about 3.5 billion monthly, in this 3 years. But remember, these 3 years plus, 11 months out of those 3 years we're not doing anything. It was COVID. We had to, take a bold step to keep our economy open, and that is why today, among the Committee of States in Nigeria, we are probably the least affected in terms of recovery from COVID, because we really did not shut down our economy.
Classic.
In real terms, we've been able to put predictability and stability into the economy of Oyo State. Workers, pensioners, political office holders, the whole of the state knows that on the 25th, on the GSM date, they will receive their salaries, and they extend credit facilities to them. So, in concrete terms, we have a stable economy in Oyo State, and in terms of improved IGR, in real terms, moving from 1.5 billion a month to 3.5 means you have 2 billion, extra coming into the state coffers. And in project terms, that means you can actually embark on for a a year, you can embark on extra 25 billion naira worth of projects, which is what we're doing. We ensure that we cut all the wastages that we've noticed, and that is the reason why you see people in Oyo State, they are not as affected, as others around the country. And that is why you see people trooping into Oyo State. Even our schools, you have people from other states coming in. And our economy also has not been shutting down at 7 o'clock. Before now, there's no nightlife in Oyo State, in Ibadan especially, because by 7 o'clock, everybody has gone home. But with the light up, even the mama frying akara at gate or J, they are able to stay longer. I mean, I've driven around there myself almost at midnight. I still, still going past their legitimate businesses. And this day I was coming from Ife. I was coming from maybe Oshobo or Ife, I cannot remember. It was pretty late, around 11 o'clock. And coming into Ibadan, we saw a lot of vehicles, going outside of Ibadan. And I asked the people with me, are these people just traveling through Ibadan, or what is going on? And then we realized that from communities around us, Ikire, Gbogan, people are now walking in Ibadan. Even Okada riders, they are walking in Ibadan, and at night around 10:30, they start heading back to those places. So we've been able to achieve quite a significant expansion of our economy, and we're quite pleased with what we've been able to achieve. And when we said agribusiness, we started with a conversion of our farm settlements to farm estates. We started at Fashola. Fashola has been able to record significant progress. Erua also is, we're just about breaking the ground out there, to start construction. So we've done that. We've done quite well, in that aspect.
Classic.
You see, there's a lot of corruption in government intervention schemes. When we came in for the first year, they wanted us to give input to smallholder farmers, and I asked, so how many smallholder farmers do we have in Oyo State? And I also checked the previous intervention. They said 10,000. So okay, for me, I need actual telephone numbers and addresses of those farmers. After I asked them to bring that, the number reduced to 4,000. Okay, I collected the phone numbers and the actual addresses, and then I asked that verification be done on those data, and it further reduced to 1,800. So people have not been telling the truth. Yes, some people were profiting and benefiting from government just indiscriminately, giving out those items. And anyway, most of the infrastructure that we're doing, like roads, interconnectivity here and there, security, we didn't target big businesses only. Even small older farmer, I've seen them transporting their cassava through Monday saying to Agribusiness to the Sorbitol factory. So people are used to free money from government and the corruption within those schemes. We've been able to reduce that to the barest minimum, And that's probably why some people are not happy.
Classic.
The major infrastructure to lay the foundation for accelerated development of Oyo State is to link all our zones. Before we came in, almost 70% of the economic activities, was around Ibadan. We said, no, the potentials that have been locked in all across our zones, we must unlock them. And the only way to unlock them is to make sure they are connected. And even in Ibadan, if you take, for instance, the road between the Akala Way, between Challenge, going to Odona, so around the NNPC, a 12-kilometer road. When we came in, it was started by Governor Kala, and he left office in 2011, and the road ended out there. Now we took that road, we restarted it, and 10 kilometers out of the 12 has been completed right now. We have only actually 1.8 kilometers to get to the intersection of Ibadan-Abeokuta road. So if you like, go and take a drive along that Akala way from the beginning at New Garage all the way to the 10th kilometer where they are still working now. They're all commercial activities. Besides, it's also an alternate route for people going towards Apata, going to Odona, going to Owode Estate, rather than going on a ring road. They go on that route. So, and for the inner roads now, we are getting back to those inner roads. Just a few days ago, I gave the approval for them to construct from Agribusiness to Oremeji and all the way to the airport, plus all the hydraulic structures in there. So gradually we're coming back to that, and also Ibadan, building the circular road to us is a major undertaking. I mean, this is 110 kilometers of dual carriage, with interchanges all along. So maybe people do not have the clear understanding of, what the type of foundation we're trying to lay. But I believe gradually everybody is getting to know what we're doing.
Classic.
What's the plan?
Well, it's not even the next 4 years. I mean, Ostroma are out now. And, when people say, oh, inner roads have been neglected, we've only been in government for 3 years. So those inner roads, what were the estates in the past 3 years? And then if the roads are well fixed, does it mean that it will only take 3 years for the roads to get damaged? No. So, and mind you, the resources available to the state are finite. So you have to apply it on the order of your priority. What should I do? Open up by providing a bridge across the express at Akobo, to ensure that, that major artery gets opened up, or, fix the inner roads around that axis. My other priority would be on the major artery, I should fix it. And we've done that, and the result was almost magical. Usually people on that axis, they are not able to plan at all. But now, you cannot find traffic hold up in that area. So if you're talking about the inner road going to those places, yes, we will get to it, and we're getting to it, but the major interconnectivity we have to fix first.
Classic.